Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 5th of February 2019. This is just a video where I go over what I've done this morning. I do apologise that the videos are far and few between these days. Trading on the daily charts with a fairly boring markets at the moment. It doesn't lend itself to a lot of videos, not much actually happening. And happy Lunar New Year to my Vietnamese and Chinese friends. The year of the pig, I believe, today starts. So big celebrations here in Vietnam. So let's have a look at the charts. I'll start off because we look at both the daily charts on the high probability and the Mod MACD method. So we'll go to the I'll go to the Mod MACD first. There's only trading 7 pairs here. You can see them on the right. Again, with my profile, it's a Mod MACD. These are just charts set up for alerts, so don't worry about them. If they're extended like this, that means there's an open trade. If they're pushed in like that, like the AusCAD, there's no trade. So we'll just go quickly run through them. I think I modified a few stops on these this morning. As usual, if you see blue lines, vertical and horizontal at the intersection, that is where I entered the trade. And that's the date. You can see the date down the bottom and that. You can always pause these videos, read my notes. They're normally in a chronological order from the top down, what I've done. So this morning, which is the 5th of Feb, I've moved my stop up on this buy trade just to 140.282, so it's just below the entry level and also below the 25 SMA. Now this, I've already closed a part of this trade. You can read my notes as I said. This is the Mod MACD. This is the method that comes with the Basics book, my first book. It's the bonus system. These charts are always light grey coloured in background, so they're a light background. So modified the stop this morning on this pound Japanese yen buy. So you can see that. Got the USD CAD in a sell back here into the 240 LMA. And today I've moved my stop down to 1.33834, which is again just above the entry level, just above this little high or fractal, whatever you want to call it, and still above the 25 SMA. AusCAD, no trade. I was in a buy on this candle in here somewhere. Been on there. Went straight against me. Not enough criteria to take the sell as yet. Remember, the main indicator is this fast MACD. That has to cross the 0 level, which it has to the downside. So that's confirmed. But I need other criteria to be met. 2 out of 3 other criteria. One is a QMP dot. Last one was a green one, so we haven't got a red one, so straight away that doesn't qualify. Also need the bottom MACD, the standard MACD down here, to be in sell mode. It's going sideways and nothing convincing there. And the other criteria is for price to close, in this case being a sell below the 25 SMA, which it has, but because it's lacking that one and the QMP, not enough criteria there for me to take the sell. So nothing happening on AusCAD. Euro New Zealand in a sell from here, went against me, went down nicely. You can see the fast MACD here is still well below the 0 level, which is good. Standard MACD is heading down, so it all looks pretty good still. You can read my notes. I've already closed half, put a stop in, so I can't really lose on that. CAD Swiss in a buy down here, up nicely through the 240 LMA and still heading up. Moved my stop up this morning to 0.74287. So below this low, above the entry level, and under the 25 SMA. So looking good there. Pound Oz. This is my new one this morning. I was on a buy here on this candle here. So on the open of that one, went up nicely. I took some profit off the table. It was a loss recovery trade too, so I recovered my loss from a previous trade. Took some profit, Price came down, didn't touch the stop I had in place. This morning got a reversal signal, sell. So I've closed out that remaining buy, taken an overall profit, and now taking a sell. Now you can read my notes, higher risk trade. Look at this. The 240 LMA is basically pretty flat. And sorry, my dog's barking because the neighbours are going out. The 25 SMA is getting fairly flat too. It's pretty ugly looking, and I'm trading into a very close 240 LMA. Not the ideal trade setup. Probably one, if you were didn't like too much risk, you'd probably avoid this one. It's just not ideal. Ideally, it's hard to tell which way it's going to go. We never know which way price is going to go, but just looking at this, to me, it's an ugly looking chart. But we'll see how it goes. Plenty of time yet. All right, and the other pair I'm trading is the New Zealand CAD on the Mod MACD charts in a buy from here, and it's just gone nowhere. So we're just under our point of entry at the moment. Fast MACD is just hanging above the 0 level, so standard MACD is not looking that flash. Bit flat, bit ugly. That's the way it is sometimes. That's the Mod MACD charts. Let's have a look at the high probability. So this is my daily profile. Don't worry about these. They're the same pairs. I'm just trading on the Mod MACD, so I've just got a backup just in case the other platform doesn't work. So everything, these three columns are what I'm trading on the daily high probability charts. So again, the ones that are extended are the only trades I'm open at the moment. So it's the pound USD, euro pound, and the pound Swiss, which I opened this morning. These two sitting by themselves are gold and silver. So let's have a look at the open trades. These are trades I've called previously. So this is euro pound. I called a buy again. Now this is the high probability charts from the high probability book and the divergence book, which is the same template on both. So these are dark coloured background, as you can see. So I took a buy here, same deal. Intersection the lines, my notes, same thing. And I tend to make other notes on these charts. Now you can see it looked left for a support level. Now if I just, this is a MT5 chart. I've just zoomed right out. You can see this level where prices sort of bounced off. It came close here, sort of come down here. So it's a fairly significant sort of level. I guess you could even go further. Look, I'm not a huge support resistance sort of trader, but I do look at it. It's probably more of a subconscious thing, but it's there. Just helps with confirming, I guess, makes you feel better about a trade. I don't know, but look, the MACD is a long way below the 0 level, so I like that. It's already heading up. MAs are pretty tight. It's worth a shot. That's all I can say. It's working out all right. Not setting the world on fire, but it's going all right. So that's the euro pound. It's just been sort of meandering. We'll have a look at the other one I took on the same day, which is the pound Aussie. Fairly similar. It's a sell. MAs are tightening up, flat. MACDs are a good distance above the 0 level. Again, sell because of the red lines, and plus it's written there. And I think, yeah, look left, resistance level. Let's have another quick look at that. Again, it's one of those. So, you know, it's sort of, prices sort of come up. If you look here, there, it's always a zone. It's not an actual price. Where are we? Again, nothing to get too excited about, but some people love trading off that sort of stuff. Not a bad place to take, say you're at a buy down here, if price had it up there and it sort of stalled, to me that resistance level would be a good place to say take some profit off the table, you know, so they are handy. So we're going to sell here just in profit, so we'll just see how it goes out, pans out. And the one I took today was the pound Swiss, new sell this morning, not looking that flash already. MAs are starting to tighten up, but they're flattening. We've got hidden bearish divergence here, so you can see the previous high back here on price was higher than this high, the current one. So basically price is going down, and the equivalent high on the MACD, which is the red dots, you think it'd be this one here, but that was actually this high here. So just be, I know it looks a bit odd, but that's the way it is. That's the high on the MACD there for that price there. So we've got a higher high on the MACD. So we've got lower high on the price, higher high on MACD, which tends to say the trend is continuing down. Now, whether it does or not, no one knows, but it's just hidden bearish divergence. That's what it is. The MACD is already heading down, which is good. I'm just above the entry level, which is not too bad. So that's my new trade today. So that's the pound Swiss. Now, I just want to show you gold and silver. Getting very close to sell trades on these. Now, whether that happens or not, dog, be quiet. I've already started drawing trend lines. Like looking for possible divergence. You can see higher highs on price, and at the way we're going at the moment, the MACD platinum's starting to roll over, so it's possibly going to be a lower high. It could turn up and shoot up, but at the moment I'm starting to think ahead, look for divergence, it'd be a high risk trade, trading against an obvious uptrend. Look at the MAs now heading up, but you got that divergence. Try and work it back down towards the MAs. That's gold. And silver, which is normally fairly correlated to, sort of mirrors gold to a certain extent, looking sort of for the same thing. You can see the MACD platinum's not getting up anywhere near as high as the latest high on price. So it's just something to be aware of. So that's a high probability. Daily charts, the others, there's nothing really doing on the others to show you. I'll just have a quick look at the news, see if I can remember where I put it. This is the Forex factory news for the week. In about half an hour's time, because this is all in local time for me, and as I live in Da Nang, Vietnam, it's just about 10 a.m. or close to it at the moment. So at 10:30 a.m. we've got the cash rate or the interest rate news out of Oz. They're not expecting a change. Normally I just leave this, you can set up the filter here, and I normally put high impact news only, but for some reason they think that these interest rate news aren't high impact. Now, they've got the statement which accompanies it as high impact, but not the actual interest rate. So that's Australian interest rates today, very shortly. And I think there's something else. Of course there was. On Thursday, we've got the official bank rate or the interest rate news out of the UK. So they're not expecting any change. Same goes with the bank rate votes, which is a high impact part for them. So not expecting, but it's something to be aware of if you're trading pound pairs. And on Friday, Canadian employment figures. Normally they come out with the US ones on the first Friday of the month, but the Canadians are 1 week behind. I'm not sure why. They're just something to be aware of with Canadian if you're trading Canadian pairs. So that's the news for the week. That's just Forex factory calendar. Simple, it's cheap, it's easy to set up. Highly recommended. Stay away from the forums, but enjoy the calendar. All right, and let's just quickly go to the Facebook group, JAGfx. Anyone that watches these videos is more than welcome to join this group. So we go to discussion. It's a private group, 3,400 members or something like that. Anyone that joins, you're more than welcome. Just make sure you read the top announcement post from Christina here. It gives you information where to find stuff. The resources, there's a fair bit of info in here. Also, if you come over to the left, this will be a little bit different on a mobile device. If you come over to the left, you get the files folder here. Click on that, trust me. It's got other custom indicators, just all information, YouTube videos, how to book images, how to load templates, my recommendation, Telegram links, FAQs, spreadsheets, trade results. That's all my trade results I post. They're all shared. Trade screenshots for every trade I take. All those screenshots I post on Facebook is all shared to saved to a shared document. Resources for Mac users, and also my EA backtesting results, another shared document. So just go in there and have a look around. Now, one other thing for you guys that are interested in my basket trading, there's a link in this files folder here, which will have a link to FX Blue. I know this is high risk trading, so just be careful, but it's something I'm playing around with on a very small live account. This is a $250 account I set up for my son a few years ago. I just use it to play with. It's on XM. You can read the stats in here. Here's the currently going up nicely. Equity balance is always going to be a floating profit loss because of the way I'm trading. Multiple trades, as you can see down here. Look how many, it's been going for 216 days. Look how many pips I've cranked up to. Nearly 22,000 pips. Pips aren't important, guys. It's all about the dollar, not the pips, but these people say, oh, earn 200 pips a month and they're super happy about it. It's irrelevant, really. Look at that. That's 22,000 pips in 2/3 of a year. So they've got stats here. There's links in that Facebook, that basket trading and the files there if you want to read up on that. Just a bit of interest for you. Other than that, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching the video. It's a little bit longer. I sort of rabbited on a bit about a few things. Again, happy Lunar New Year to people that are celebrating it, and enjoy the day, and we'll chat later. Cheers.